Hey, it's me again. So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, we we tend to document our life based on failures, not our personal lives. Our personal lives are often, positivity, but when we talk about society as a whole, our lifetime, where were you when X, Y, Z? Were you alive when this happened, when that happened? And it's very rarely positive events. We talk about life changing events, whether it's 9/11, the towers, or the Oklahoma City bombing, or the Columbia or the Challenger explosions, Kennedy assassination. It goes back. It's always negative. It's We don't judge our lives anymore on positivity. And I say this, and I try to come up with an example, and I'm like, what would I use as an example for a overwhelming positivity? And there's not a general way I could define it. I'm sure if I put my mind to it, I could come up with something, but it would be after some serious thought. So I'm hoping that maybe you guys can come up with something. Let's measure our lives based on some universally good symbolism instead of the universally bad. I don't know. I don't know what that means. All I know is we just mark our time by tragedy, and I don't know. It just seems like a bad thing. I've got a lot of positivity in my life. On my personal scale, I've got a lot of positivity. Marriage to my wife, the birth of my child, all of my grandchildren. I've got a lot of really cool stuff going on in my life. And I can judge, time based on that. But overall, as a society, when we relate to one another, we tend to go negative. I don't know if that's something we can change, but I don't know. Maybe something you can put some thought into. I'm going to. I don't know if I'm going to come up with anything, but maybe we can together. I'm trying to stay in a very positive mood. As you can see where I'm at, I'm in a hotel by myself. I'm going to be here uh, every week, pretty much for the next 2 or 3 months. Who knows? Away from my family, but my family is thriving. We moved to New Hampshire. I'm back here in Long Island doing, working, doing what I can. I'm going to try to commute back and forth every other weekend as much as I can to get home to see my family. But there's positivity in that. I'm like, all right, I'm here making it possible for us to, relocate and be happy. Look, Long Island's nice, and I'll do another rant another time about New York. It's just you're trapped on Long Island. We're roamers, we're travelers. We like to get in a car and drive. You can't do that on Long Island. You either have to take a ferry or go through the city, and both are so daunting. You're like, nah, screw that. I'll stay home. So I'm hoping to get out and about more now that I've moved further away. I'll see more now that I'm here. Anyway, positivity. Got to stay positive. Try to make it an effort in your life. I'm trying to make it an effort in my life, especially during this stressful situation I'm in now. But I'm gonna stay positive. And so are you. So be cool. I love you guys.